an activist and a blogger in Gaza, and he's living in the Nusayrat refugee camp in Gaza. His family was originally from a village near Ramallah, and they were forced out of their homes in 1948. The piece is called Our Day Will Come, and Soon. Since my mother's departure from Gaza, I have mastered the art of calling her. She is finally with her family in the West Bank for the first time in 12 years. Al-Waket, meaning my tongue wrongly pronounces, ironically. She said to me via mobile using her new, yet newly refreshed West Bank accent. We can't stop laughing. Your Aunt Rakaya never stops telling jokes, just like she always used to, my mother continued. The Israelis will never be able to erase our identity or our language, no matter how much the European alien settlers perfect their Hebrew. My mother regained her West Bank accent in 3 days. She's been living in Gaza for 32 years. I talked to her and my younger brother, Omar, via Skype. The same people my mother used to talk to from Gaza used the same software program and sat next to her cheerfully. I will send the papers to the liaison officer. He promised to renew my permit, she says. I am at my aunt's house now, with all her daughters and sons surrounding me. She went there to pay her condolences, she told me later. Her aunt died last year while she was still trapped in Gaza. This is Palestine. We pay condolences years later. We visit the graves of our friends and our families years later. We never see them alive. Yet we dream of a tomorrow that's better than the bitter life we lead now. The Israelis want to push us back to the point where we feel defeated. They want us to believe that the way to any other city in Palestine, with them around, is further than the distance to the horizon. Never lose hope. Cultivate it. Bethlehem means house of the flesh in Arabic. Why is it called that? My American friend Joe once asked my mum. It's where Jesus was born. Flesh has to do with babies, according to my mother. She is in Bethlehem now, where she once learned how to cook masakin, a traditional chicken dish. Now she will learn to cook new dish Joe will probably like just as much as the stuffed carrot we had on the roof of our house in the crowded Nusayrat refugee camp. My mother was in disbelief. She wondered several times the night she left if the Israelis would even let her into the West Bank. I am sure she didn't believe anything until she was actually reunited with her family. Unfortunately, the Israelis have succeeded in somehow making us believe that we are too, Gazans and with the West Bank. They even told us about the words to use. They divided us into categories: Gazans, West Bankers, Israelis, Arabs and Israel. But we are not just two. We are as many as the Palestinians scattered in the world. We are one. We are Palestine with all of its beauty and all of its uniqueness. We are the past, the present, and we are the future. We are the stories, the many stories. We are the 3 kids who were burned to ashes in Deir al-Balah because of candles. Candles. I don't believe that lighting a candle in Palestine will kill the darkness. It kills innocent kids in their sleep. The Israelis kill us too. Same result. A bunch of innocent kids subjected to the siege on Gaza. They steal our natural resources. You have an electricity shortage, while in the West Bank there is a water shortage, my mother clarified to me. They buy water here just to wash the dishes. Once, my mother travelled to the West Bank. My uncle waited for her on the other side of the Green Line, the international armistice line marking the boundary between Israel and the West Bank. She had to go through the Yellow Line, which is used by foreigners to get in. She cursed yellow and green that day. See how the Israeli occupation spoils the beauty of colours in Palestine? But still, we love a rainbow. I feel that our day will come like no time before. I gave up the notion that the West Bank is unreachable. Next time, my mother's family will visit us in Gaza. Segregation is born dead. It does not last for long. My friend used to tell me that peace will never come to Ireland. My Irish friend John Hirson once told me. Now I live in peace. Peace and freedom will come to Palestine someday. The more they segregate, the more passionate we become. I see freedom coming to visit us soon. I feel it all around, all the time. The disturbing thing about colonizers is they don't learn from history. They march to the greed of other inmates' hearts. This brings their end closer. I can't say a specific time, but it's close. It's closer than my mother to her family is right now.